Hey, look, welcome to Beyond the Talking Points. I'm your host, Tim Black, with my co-host, Dr. Musa Abdullah in the building. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing good, brother. I hope everybody's doing well out there in these internet streets. We are here to bring truth to power.
Man, that is what's up. That is what's up, man. Look, man, it's on me, guys. My son had a recital, awards recital, right? So he been in the band since he was in 5th grade, 4th grade. And so he's a junior now.
Yeah,
And I had to be there, brother.
absolutely.
I had to be
Gotta
there. So
support,
that's why we didn't have a show last week.
gotta support the family, brother.
Yeah.
No one will fault you for that.
You know what I'm saying? But I hate missing episodes with the good Doc, man, my brother, cuz audience, man, Doc, man, we only get together once a month. I'm like, I can't wait. We can't miss, I can't wait till it come back around. We gotta get one in now, cuz we have such great conversations, man. And frankly, my audience, they come to expect us.
And this is officially a makeup session. We want to bring the people the information, bring them the news, bring them a fresh perspective, and get some feedback so we know how to move in the future.
And that's what's up, brother.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How's it going with the Kappas, bro? The Alphas? How y'all doing, man?
The Alphas, yeah, we doing all right, man. I'm up here arguing with them every other day about everything because we got so many brothers in our ranks that all of the fraternities and sororities have become nothing but Democrat pools where they just pluck people from and put in place. And, most of the members of the Congressional Black Caucus, if they're not a member of one of our organizations, they're connected to us. And, Westmore is an alpha and Warnock is an alpha. And, so my question was people talking about, Westmore, there goes an alpha, man. I said, you talking about the same guy who vetoed a reparations study in his state? Oh, he didn't want to study because we done enough studying. I said, I'm with you. I said, I think HR 40 is a bust. It's been on, how was that, 30 years now? And I get it. But my question is, what did he put in place? Has he spoken on reparations since then?
Right.
Absolutely not. And he's not going to. He's following that benign neglect policy that we learned about from the emails from Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. And
so when I bring that up, people want to say that's in-house business.
Yeah.
And I have to inform them that I'm a foundational Black American, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I'm an alpha 4th, 5th, and 6th. So I'm going to look out for my people. And if I see that someone or something is speaking against the people, I don't care what organization they're in, mine or anyone else's, I'm going to speak against it. So I've been arguing with them about that. I've been arguing with them about the uselessness of the Congressional Black Talkers, about Ayanna Pressley and her pivot to reparations and Joy Reid. It's been a cesspool of foolishness, brother. Right. So as an organization, I love it. We were founded on some great principles. I think all of us were. I know we all were. But as far as what we're actually doing,
right,
I'm not happy.
Damn, brother. Yeah, man, I think that goes for all organizations, bro.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. If you want to start with the biggest shield organization, the NAACP, these guys they're doubling down on the fact that they are what? Not a Black organization.
What? They said that?
They said that, brother. What's his name? Ben, what's his name? Because someone made a joke about it on X. They said his name is Ben.
Uncle Ben.
Ben, yeah. But he reiterated a statement that had been made by a previous president of the NAACP that the NAACP is not a Black organization.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think, but guess what? I'm happy they did it. Yeah. I'm happy they're saying it because now maybe people that look like us that are from our lineage particularly would stop trying to force this group to look out for us.
That's right. Get off the bullshit.
Listen, either shit or get off the pot.
That's it.
So now we got to get off the pot. The NAACP is not a Black organization. I got to remember this man's last name. Jealous. That's his name.
Oh, Ben Jealous?
Ben Jealous. Yes, sir. He made the statement that the NAACP is not a black organization.
Damn.
And he went on to discuss the founding of it, how it was not founded by only black people, and basically it was Fannie Lou Hamer and W.B. Du Bois were the only two black people in the room, they say.
Damn.
You know? So, hey, now we know. If you didn't know, now you do.
It's colored people. Oh man.
Yes, sir.
That's bad, brother. That's credit because I interviewed Ben Jealous.
Did you?
Yeah, I interviewed him back in 2021, man. We didn't talk about that. We was talking about, damn, what's it 20? I forget when it was. It was after Charlottesville.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That's 2018, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing with Trump and
absolutely. Oh, was it Unite the Right?
Yeah, Unite the Right. Yeah, after that. I interviewed him right after that because our segment, he was talking about that. You know, he was leaning into it, you know. About the ramifications culturally and civil rights and, you know, discrimination and racism. And I wish I would have known, bro. See, that's the thing, man. Damn, brother, when I had all this access to these people, man, I wasn't me. I wasn't him, you know.
I get it. I understand.
I understand. That, man. I want to go back in time and get these boy.
But you know what it is, brother? I think what it is that now people are forced to show their true colors. Now that we're sticking to our guns and we're standing on business on what we want for our community, and we're saying, no, we don't want anything for people of color. Right. We don't want anything for black and brown. We don't want anything for minorities.
Shit, I'd have been that way then, though, if I'd have known, bro.
Yeah, but you know what? But now, listen, we're here now, and I tell you what, had you have been there, you would have been what they call a luminary. They would have called you insane.
Yeah, bro.
They would have called you insane. And the following you built came along and they've grown with you.
Man, a lot of them. You know, man, you know what? I just want this stay on point. I appreciate you letting me know that. I wish I would have took his ass to task on that. And you know what? This is make it plain, brother.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's good that they're being open and honest.
Yeah.
We got to stop being delusional. Absolutely. That whole idea of, be quiet, don't get him in trouble, don't tell nobody. Yeah. Keep it on the low. Like, what are you protecting if we ain't getting nothing out of it?
Nothing. You know, something also to consider is that I always refer back to the great teacher, Dr. Claude Anderson. He said this was going to happen. He said, we're going to be pushed down to a third or fourth class citizen in our own country. We're going to be under the Hispanics. He said that. And he also said that hostility towards he called us native blacks. Native black Americans will become more open and more hostile. And here we are in 2026, brother, just like he prophesied. And he was saying this back in the 90s.
Yeah, man. People tell me, man, a lot of the things that I said, they say, man, Dr. Claude Anderson said that. I'm like, what? I've looked at some of his speeches. I have not read his book.
Oh, yeah.
So that's on me not to, haven't read it.
Oh, no, I got his books now. I keep his books on deck. I got right here, Black Labor, White Wealth.
Yeah, man.
Oh, this is it right here. This is the one I had my son. He's 13. I had him read this one. So that's the one. If you ever want to read a book, also, what's the other book? I have it up here somewhere.
I got a couple books. I got some books back there, like.
Yeah, you got to read Dr. Claude Anderson.
Yeah, but I just haven't peeped that joint. The Color of Money. I have the when affirmative action was white. And of course the new Jim Crow, Alexander. So but it's like so much time, man. I need more time. I need to carbon copy myself, man. I need more of myself to have time to do this, man. But I want to get back to the point you were making, brother, about it's like the organizations, man. I just talked about this.
Yeah.
You was talking about alphas, and we were saying how organizations, the Democratic Party. I just did a video about Young MC.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
Yeah, I saw it.
I wanted to get that out of it. Working on that, like, let me get this out.
Yeah.
And it's something like maybe you could start that you already do this format, but you put the picture big and you kind of be in the picture with the graphic or with the video.
Yeah.
Kind of do a split screen. I'm trying to do more content like that on the fly to kind of let people. But the point is, he turned down doing this event, the 250th anniversary event.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, how is Young MC turning down shit?
When the last time you heard of a Young MC song?
That's it.
That's it, right?
So I'm thinking like he must be pressured. You know, a lot of us brothers, man, and sisters, we pressured, right? Because they don't want the backlash to go against the Democratic Party, because anything related to the government now was tied to Trump because he's the one in office.
Yeah.
And he said in his statement he didn't want to go against. He didn't want to do it because it's too political.
Yeah. He said he wanted it to be. He said he thought it would be a nonpartisan event.
That's it. That's
but
exactly.
Shouldn't it be though? Shouldn't it be? Shouldn't it be a nonpartisan event? But we know it's not. And we know that there is a cult-like following in the Democratic Party, just like there's a cult following in MAGA. I'm looking at people and I'm having these discussions and I'm saying, you don't see that you're doing the exact same thing? How do you not see that? This man turned down what could have been potentially, should have been a career rejuvenating event.
Right.
People could have been reintroduced to his old hits. He only got like 2.
Right.
So you could have reintroduced him to your old hits, could have been brought up in nostalgic conversations, but you turned it down because you know that the majority of us will write you off, call you a coon, a sellout, a Tom, whatever word we got this week.
Yep.
To denigrate you because you participated in something that was loosely connected with Donald Trump.
That's it. And now, if Obama was in office, they'd be happy to do it.
Absolutely.
They'd be lining up.
They'd be honored to do it.
That's it. They wouldn't even charge.
No, just being in the same room. Just being in the same room is good enough.
That's my point, brother. It's the same country. No matter who's president, we the same country we always been. Discrimination, sexism, brutality, corruption, you name it, how we've been treated. The wealth gap is still the same under whoever, no matter who the president's been.
Yeah.
We've been behind the 8 ball as a people.
Absolutely.
But it's only when it's a Republican office that people get this backbone. But they don't have that same backbone with their party. And until Black Americans can have that black backbone when it comes to the Democrats, we ain't gonna get nowhere, bruh.
And I just don't understand why people, this is the thing. If your biggest response when I critique the Democrat Party is you must be MAGA, then that means you don't have any real defense of the policies or lack thereof of the Democratic Party. I'm not crapping on the Democrats. I'm crapping on the whole system. Let's be clear.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't it's the Dems and the Republicans, but I go harder for the Democrats because we vote for them at an 80 to 90% rate, meaning that we are voting for our own demise. I literally today, brother, and this is no exaggeration, I put this to everything that's beautiful. I saw a man today who had a T-shirt on with a Barack Obama on it said, "Still my president."
Damn.
Do you think I wasted my time having that conversation with him?
No.
Absolutely not.
Went nowhere, man.
It wouldn't have went anywhere because the mere fact that he felt comfortable with that T-shirt let me know exactly where his leanings were. My thing is this: I understand if you want to pick and choose which Democrat wants to do what, maybe locally. I get it. It's not a problem.
Right.
You might want to pick a Republican or an independent. Not a problem. But the mere fact that our vote they feel is guaranteed shows that there will be nothing we'll ever gain. The Democrats feel like they're guaranteed to get our votes. They don't have to work for it. And the Republicans feel like, well, the Democrats already got them, so we're not going to offer them anything.
Why work for them if they already hired by them? Yeah, they already,
Why do it? And I'm trying to tell people, I said, everyone should just declare independent. If you want to still vote Democrat, that's on you. But if everyone in just a mass exodus from a Democratic Party declared independent, people would start working for you.
You know what it is, though? You know what though, Doc, man? It doesn't matter. It's good you did not try to talk to that brother. Because the moment you criticize Obama, he'd have said you were a Trumper.
Oh, I'm MAGA.
Look at me, dog. I have interviewed Dr. Cornel West about 15 times during his campaign.
That's right.
I've interviewed Jill Stein and the Jama Baraka back in 2020. I didn't vote Hillary. I voted Jill Stein. Had on the channel multiple times. That's why I was so pissed when the Jama was upset with me because I'm calling out immigration. Obviously, bro, I'm not a Trumper or a Democrat. I supported your punk ass.
That's right. That's right.
The point is this, dog. I could do all that and they'll still call me a Trumper, dog. I mean, I brought the independent Democrat on the show 15 fucking times inside of 6 months. And they still like none of that happened. If I talk about Democrats, I'm a Trumper. Motherfucker, was I supporting Trump? That's where the money was. What was I doing? Behind Cornel West broke ass.
You ready for this? Every time I told people I voted for Cornel West, guess what they told me?
Same thing.
That was a vote for Trump. I said, I can't win for losing.
Can't win for losing.
I said, I bought T-shirts off his website to support him. I posted his platform on my YouTube page. I refer people to your interviews.
There you go.
And let me tell you, your interviews is what really made me look further into, because I know him because he's a member of my fraternity, right?
There you go.
So I'm talking to other alphas. They talking about vote for Kamala. I said, let me get this straight. Oh, I want to make sure I got this right.
Damn.
You love the fraternity so much, and you have a man of our fraternity,
Lord have mercy,
who has policies that speak specifically to our community and our community needs. And we know for a fact that he's a foundational Black American man. There's no question about that. But you're going to go ahead and vote for the ethnically questionable woman who told you she ain't going to do nothing that's only going to help Black people, and lied about Kwanzaa and lied about greens in the bathtub. That's the one you voting for, huh?
Yep.
Crickets.
But call you a sellout.
Call me stupid. You dumb. That's a vote for Trump. How is me voting for Cornel West a vote for Trump? I had to write his name in because they didn't have him on the ballot in New York.
Nazis.
See what I'm saying?
They say that the Republicans are Nazis.
Thank you. And I'm in the Democratic stronghold. This is a Democratic stronghold in New York City.
Yeah.
And I had to write in his name. So what does that tell you?
I don't know, man. It's just, it is what it is, man.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got so many topics, bro. I just realized we got the young lady with the camera in the son's hair. It was another, we got the, was it the takeovers, the teen takeovers?
The teen takeover.
You could speak to that as well.
Yeah.
It was something else that happened education-wise. But I guess those two are good to go with. I mean, I want to get your take on this teen takeover, because you working with young people for so many years, brother. I'm sure you got an insight on it. I don't know if you've boned up on it or whatever. I'll just set the table briefly and just say, it's sort of like the knockout game. I don't know if you remember back in early 2000s.
Knockout game.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm seeing so many people reacting. They're going along with the narrative that this is a widespread problem. But when I looked at it, when I done the research, I'm like, this ain't widespread. It's just video coverage.
That's right. That's right.
You see video coverage of something, it always seems more pronounced than it is.
Absolutely.
My problem, brother, is we cannot allow our young people or old people, any of us as a group, to be defined by a 0.005 of our population.
Absolutely.
And that's what they do. That's what's different about it. People say, Tim, you're making excuses. I'm like, no, I'm not, motherfucker. What I'm saying is, when white kids do shit, you don't blame white culture.
Absolutely don't.
White kids could shoot up the schools, go to a supermarket and shoot people shopping. They could go shoot up a church, and you will not look at white culture.
Nope.
But if a group of teenagers, by the way, that young man was not a teenager, he was an adult.
Yeah.
Dylan Roof.
Mm-hmm.
A group of teenagers who don't have shit to do on a Friday night or on Memorial weekend get crazy and rowdy and jump on cars. Now you say, oh, that's it. Black Americans, we savages, animals.
Yeah.
Let's call them out their names, call them everything except a child of God. And let's blame their parents and blame society, black society. Not society, but black society.
Black culture. As Mr. Daniels says, the culture. He doesn't even say black culture, he says the culture.
Man, let me stop because you already know the story, man. So that was my point of view. It bothers me, fam. It pisses me off, fam, that when I see black people using white supremacist language about black people, knowing damn well that no other group shits on their young people like this.
Nope.
I never see it, fam.
Well, there is no money in trashing the AAPI community. There's no real money. There's money, a little bit of money in the trashing Latino community, but not much. There's $0 in trashing dominant society white culture. There's just no money there. But you'll always have somebody that wants to believe or hear the narrative that the black culture is so degenerate and that we make up less than 13% of the population, but as you know, the famous talking point, but more than 51% of the crimes. And, we make up how much of the prison system. But when it comes to this teen takeover, interestingly enough, out here in New York and Brooklyn, a young man died. He was killed. He belonged to the network of schools my sons belonged to. And he was killed in Queens.
Damn.
And they tried to label it a takeover, but the way it was promoted, all they do was show you the promotion. It was promoted as a park-wide water fight. And that's what it was. The downside was this particular young man, he had some problems with another young man.
Ops.
Right. And they came because they knew he'd be there.
Got it.
And, unfortunately, the young man lost his life. But like you said, that does not represent all of those teens. You're talking about one teen who came in when there were hundreds of teens.
Right.
I don't know what percentage that would be. But it takes me back to what I learned back in the 90s when I was in school. A great professor by the name of Dr. Ben Wilson, he passed away, taught me a lot. And the one thing I'll never forget he taught me the term representative sampling. And he would always talk about how he said, you always use the word, y'all in words, we get representative sampled. I said, what is that? He said, all it takes is one person to do something wrong in our community and the entire culture gets blamed. Even though the numbers speak to which demographic are primarily school shooters. We know the demographic, primarily school shooters. Which demographic are primarily PD files. We know the demographic, but never once is the stigma placed upon the entire culture. And because of that, this teen takeover phenomenon, as they say, it's not as big as they say it is, but they need it to be in order to grift and make money off of it.
That's it.
Especially people like Mr. Daniels. And Mr. Anton Daniels, sadly, is from my hometown, the great Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah,
he's from the D, but he is unlike any Detroiter I've ever met. I'm going to be very honest with you. I want to know where he went, where he's from. I've never met a Detroiter like him, never. But what I do know is that he understands that It's about money. He wears that hat that says bag chasers.
Yep.
That says enough for me. When you have a bag chaser hat on every time you make a video,
Good
that
point.
lets me know why you're doing what you're doing, why you're trying to make this a culture issue, which it definitely is not. It is a social media issue, as you eloquently pointed out.
Yeah.
It is an issue of people being stagnant, having nothing to do, having pent up energy. We could put it on children in general, because I remember during COVID, when we came back into the schools, Black,
How was it?
Latino, Bengali, Caribbean, white, Eastern European, they were all getting into foolishness.
What?
I'm talking
Yeah.
fights after school, fights in the bathroom. I'm talking every culture. It had nothing to do with Black people, it had to do with social media fully influencing the youth and turning their pent up frustrations and boredom into reprehensible behaviors. So people need to start looking at the root cause instead of saying that, oh, it's got to be the culture. Then explain, as you eloquently stated, those types of behaviors that occurred all throughout the 80s, in the 70s, and the 60s. And even today, let the Boston Celtics win a championship.
Shit, let the Knicks win.
Let the Knicks. You better listen. But I'm lucky. I live in a Black neighborhood, but
I'm
not
not-
gonna tear up my neighborhood. I already know they're not gonna tear up anything in my neighborhood.
I'm rooting for y'all though, man. On the low, I want y'all to win, man. It's
The Knicks win.
yeah.
Oh
man.
yeah, they're gonna tear it up. They're gonna tear
I'm
New
sorry,
York
man.
up. They're gonna tear the city up. They're gonna tear everything around Madison Square Garden. They're gonna tear it up. So yeah.
You know, I want to go back to a point you made, brother. That's one thing. Accelerant. We've never seen the world like this, where everyone's connected via social media.
Yes,
We
sir.
have no precedence for it. You know what I'm saying? The impact of that. They haven't done enough psychological tests about the ramifications of these algorithms
Yeah.
with this instant gratification of becoming. I mean, think if you could have been a star on an app in front of millions of your peers
Isn't that something?
or whatever. You know, if we were coming up, this wasn't even an option.
It wasn't an option.
And the algorithm rewards craziness, wild, zany. I don't know, zany. I'm Black. I can't think of it. What's the word for zany that Black people use?
I don't,
You know,
I don't know.
Off the
Insane.
Off the hook.
Just off the hook, off the chain. Yeah,
Kirk-
whatever. We're gonna take
Kirk
it back.
out.
We gotta go back. So
But you know, it rewards that. And Doc, and it's money attached to it. Because if you become verified, or if you can get a check too, so you can get fame and money all from your phone, and all you gotta do is do pranks and do rowdy shit. You can make a name for yourself. So all of that is in this mix as well.
yeah.
But I want to go back to one point before you respond to that. Dog, you said something. You said there's no money in bashing Latinos. And I have a theory about why. Because Latinos are a made-up thing. Ain't no fucking Latinos now. There's Ecuadorians.
That's right.
There's Venezuelans.
Yeah.
You know, there's Guatemalans. But there are no Latinos. That's some shit they made up to make Black people not seem like the dominant minority.
That's right.
And they're working on it. That's my theory. But that's why, because it's like, they just say, hey, you're not talking about me. I'm Mexico. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they do. They do not claim. Let me tell you something. The Latino population does not claim Latino. Just like they don't claim brown. That's why it just burns me up when I hear brown. I don't even hear them claim Hispanic. And I had to have a discussion because someone was talking about Nick Fuentes. And they said, well, he's a white Hispanic. There's no such thing as a white Hispanic.
He white.
I said, no, there actually is. I said, and this shows the level of disconnect. Latino, Hispanic, they're merely language classifications. If you are a native speaker, born in a country that natively speaks a language that is derived from Latin, you're considered a Latino.
Got it.
The French are considered Latinos. Portuguese are considered Latinos. Spaniards are considered Latinos. Hispanic, they try to break it up a little bit. You have to be someone that is their language derives specifically from Spanish, but that's really Latino, right?
Got
So, and I try to explain. I said, do you know a black man from Angola is actually a Latino
What?
because his native language is Portuguese.
Wow.
The Brazilians are Latinos, and they have the largest populations of Africans outside of Africa in Salvador de Bahia in Brazil. I said, so that's just something to make us feel like they're a large group, like you just said. And we know the difference. We like the Panamanians. I have a friend that I did not even know that she was full Panamanian until maybe 15 years of knowing her.
Wow.
I met her mother. I was like, where's your mother from? She said, my mother and father from Panama.
Wow.
And I mean, she's a beautiful, dark-skinned woman.
Mhm.
She said, yeah, my whole family's from Panama. I said, I didn't know that. I said, you speak Spanish? She said, yeah. I said, I never heard you speak Spanish. She said, do you speak Spanish? I said, no. She said, why the hell am I speak Spanish to you? Good point, right?
Smart,
But
yeah.
the point is that they don't accept I'm Latino. Like, no, I'm Mexican. No, I'm Peruvian.
Right.
And if you call one of them the other thing,
Oh, it's on.
call a Dominican or Puerto Rican, see how that works out for you.
Right.
Right? We even though we know that we're not monolithic, we're forced to be monolithic. Though other groups, if you say those Mexicans are over there acting crazy, a Peruvian's not going to get upset.
Right.
He's like this, yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
kind of crazy over there.
That's their problem.
Right. But I'm gonna tell you something, brother. I want to land my plane on this one right here. Someone pointed something out to me. I think back in college, they said, you ever been in a situation where you saw a black person doing something just cringeworthy and you felt bad?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. They said, that's you adopting the representative sampling model. Because when someone of another demographic pulls off a heinous crime like a school shooting, other people from that demographic do not work. They don't get upset. You know what they do? They lone wolf them.
Yeah.
It's a lone wolf.
Yeah, lone wolf.
Yeah, mental health issues. No one ever says the culture needs to be checked on. The culture needs to be reframed and reconstructed. No one ever says that.
That's it. That's hitting the nail on the head, brother.
Yeah.
That's my point. And we do this to ourselves.
Absolutely.
We do this to ourselves. That's what it's one thing for white folks to do that to us. It's one thing for Asians or Latinos or whatever to do that for us, to label us.
Yeah.
We doing it for ourselves.
Yeah.
I had people actually jumping out the gym. No, Tim, no. You're making excuses. Why? Because I'm not shaming these young people well enough for you, huh?
Yeah.
Dog, this in America? That's what you're talking about? Motherfucker, I grew up in a time where they had movies called Porky's.
1, 2, and Porky's Revenge.
Animal House.
Yes, sir.
Ferris Bueller was all
Ferris
about
Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, I'm about to say Ferris Bueller.
Wild Times at Ridgemont High.
The Breakfast Club.
It was all about getting girls drunk and taking their cookies, dressing crazy, doing drugs, getting tore down, not following rules, breaking shit, destroying shit, breaking in shit. And you know what? It was an industry. In all of Hollywood, everybody got paid, and some of them became superstars.
Yeah.
That's where Tom Cruise came from, a risky business.
Think about it. That's where the Brat Pack came back. Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald.
There you go.
All those guys. It was Emilio Estevez.
There you go.
They got their chops doing films like that.
And
so
how many
obviously the phenomenon existed.
There you go. How many black people are in those movies?
Absolutely none. There was not one in Breakfast Club.
We were considered conservatives. We were raised mostly in more of a conservative, maybe different for you, my brother, coming from New York. But no, Detroit to New York.
Oh, so, Detroit. No. Yeah. We were very conservative in Detroit.
Midwest.
Midwest, you understand? We were maybe 1 to 2 generations removed from the South.
There it is.
So we had old Southern values.
There it is.
You know, people on my block, we were taught to say ma'am and sir to strangers. No, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So yeah, we had conservative valueship, and I grew up in a blue collar neighborhood. Everyone worked for the police department, fire department, post office, the big three: General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler.
There it is.
So yeah, we looked at those movies like we would say, man, you crazy white people. That's what we would say. You crazy white folk, man. They crazy.
Look, and on the low, and this is just me speaking, we felt the same way about white women. White women were fast. White women were loose. White women were liberals who did all types of crazy shit. And we didn't look that way as sisters. And to this day, it's a part of that. I'm going to be honest now. This is just me talking. Don't put this on Doc. But to this day, there's a bit of that still in a large portion of the Black community about how we see differences culturally, right? Culturally. So when the liberals are talking, it's like, that's why sometimes I look at brothers, I look at the Democrats, I'm like, man, that's not you.
Yeah.
You don't ride with all this shit. You don't. You're adopting the frame of the dominant society. That's not really how you was raised. You think this is better.
Yeah.
I think this is the way to excel, the way to fit in and to join the group. But this is foreign to your upbringing and your cultural experience and the environment that you saw and what you saw in your house. I know it's not what I saw in my house when I was coming.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is that the litmus test used to be, what would your grandma say?
Wow.
That was the litmus test. What'd your grandma say?
Yeah.
And if you couldn't say it or do it or talk about it in front of your grandmother, you knew it was wrong. Right? But hell, now the grandmothers have bought into the foolishness. Because the grandmothers are my age now. I'm the grand. They're on Instagram. They thirst trapping. So and if you talk to people that are still in our age group and say, well, what would your family say about this? Oh, that's old thinking. Well, the old thinking actually worked for us.
Man.
It got us through a lot. That's where our strongest fighters were. That's when we had our strongest values.
Right.
Now we've adopted whatever we told is easiest and what's fun and what's best. And we're losing and we're losing it by every metric. Of following it. Yeah.
It's crazy, brother. It really is, man. It really is. Damn. You want to go ahead and try to get to a couple of these stories that we play the first clip?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
We got a good time. We're on 7:37. I think we're doing well right now.
We're doing all right.
Let's see what we got here now. I got two of them, but I broke them up, so maybe we can Right, Tim, what's going on here now? Is this idea processes team? This is team takeovers. Hold on a second. Feel free to talk to the people while I try to get this sorted, Doc.
Also, so we were going to talk about at some point, we're going to get to it. We're going to talk about our little brother, Samaj Lee, who is a disabled, autistic. He's nonverbal. I definitely want to get into that in Lexington, Kentucky, who was being abused verbally and physically. And Kentucky, we're going to talk about that and the circumstances surrounding that. That's very, very important.
Man, see, this is what happens when you got a great lawyer. You gotta educate a doctor, which he can always be eloquent and shit. I can just throw it to Doc, be like, Doc, do your thing.
Tell me real quick while I get this together.
Doc, like, look, man, check this out, y'all. Thank you, brother, but we good now, man.
All right, we good. Let's go.
I'm pointing at the camera. He's hurt. And Mr. R is beating my...
Hold up. Oh shit, that's right. You already covered this. So do we? Maybe the viewers.
Yeah, the viewers may not have seen it. Let them see. Let them see what they got going, man.
My bad. This is the full thing.
pointing at the camera. He's hurt. And Mr. R is beating my baby. Grabbing him by the neck and beating my child for no reason.
Drop me down. Drop me down, boy. Get over. Get over. Get out of here.
He's choking my son and calling him the N-word as soon as Sarah walks out the classroom.
What?
He's choking him. And that's why I said Cameron need to be in the class. Y'all let this happen to him. I begged y'all. He was pinching him and choking him, calling him a stupid. And y'all let this happen.
On a camera?
On the camera in his hair. Whoever it is, I don't know if it's you or Mr. R. Whoever was in that classroom, there's a man's voice I seen. I think it's Mr. R. Was calling him and choking him.
I am sorry if that happened.
Y'all let this happen. I told y'all my son's a good boy. I had to put a camera on his hair just to see that my child's being abused in the classroom. Choked and being called. And he's nonverbal. This is my baby. My child. And he will get justice because y'all let this happen. Mr. R needs to get locked up now. It's on the camera. He's calling him and touching him. Your boy, sit down. And my baby didn't even move. Oh, it's on record.
Okay.
Everybody share this because my nonverbal child has been abused and these people been letting it happen. Something told me put a camera. God told me. God told me. He's coming home with scratches on him, on his neck. Well, my sweet baby, you gotta go. This is somebody I'm trusting to take my son to the restroom every day. This is the worst, my little baby, my sweet baby. Oh, I'm just sick to my stomach. This is just the worst ever. And I gotta tell his father this, and his father told me don't send him to the school. Somebody's doing something to our son. And I still sent him now. I just look like even worse. This is Field Elementary. My baby don't deserve this. I know he don't. It hurts my heart even more because my son can't say somebody's hurting me. I don't even want to watch the rest of the video. My son is non-verbal autistic.
Lord have mercy, dog.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can minimize that. Hold on, dog. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll just remove it.
Yeah, brother. Let me say this.
Hold on, brother. Let me get you back on the screen. I guess I gotta. Let me hide that, and now we should be back. There we go, brother.
Okay. So, first of all, let's make sure we know our brother's name. His name is Samaj Lee. Samaj, S-E-M-A-J, last name Lee, L-E-E. He's in Kentucky, the Field Elementary School. And the young man, the thing that was very interesting is because abusers are the kings and queens of projection. So what they were doing, they were sending notes home telling the mother that the young man was being abusive to staff. That blew my mind. I looked at it, researched it, looked up the reports. They were saying he was being abusive. And she was like, well, that doesn't make sense. And I'm going to tell you something. I have worked with autism spectrum disorder children that were autistic. They're very sensitive. They're very talented. They're very knowing. But the nonverbal ones, what they do is they communicate via writing or pictures, or they have a communicative language with their family, and their family can decipher what they're saying. So she knew something was going on. And there was another part that she said that really bothered me, was when she said the father said, stop sending him to that school. But she sent him anyway. Now that's a whole nother conversation.
Damn.
That's a whole nother conversation when you start talking about fathers' role in the education of their children, how they're pushed aside. But that's another discussion. We're going to stick to Samaj. Not only was he being roughhoused, grabbed up, neck scratched, being choked, called the N-word, calling boy, pushed around. If you heard there was smacking, a lot of times people with autism spectrum disorder, what they do is they clap or they bang to get your attention, or that's their way of communicating that you're doing something that's irritating them or it's causing them distress. And he was doing that. People thought that that was the man hitting the child. No, that was the child actually banging because he was being irritated. And not only did they catch the verbal of what he was saying to the young man, they also caught them talking about smoking marijuana, taking edibles, coming to work high. All of that was on camera. And one thing that never ceases to amaze me is that people were still trying to make excuses. I posted the video, Disabled FBA Child. Go to my channel, All Things Education Official, and check it out. If you go to my TikTok, there were people that were critiquing the way the mother said, my baby is scared. Well, she's from Kentucky. So she said scared. They tell me, how you going to protect your child? You can't even speak. That's your concern? But this young man is traumatized. He's traumatized and he needs therapy.
Right.
The mother needs therapy.
Right.
That man needs to go to jail.
Right.
I am so sick and tired of hearing it's under investigation. We're looking into it. I'm so sick and tired of these people keeping their licenses, going to another school district, and openly abusing children. Now, I do understand, listen, I'm no stranger to the game. I understand that there are times children lie on adults. And I've seen peers get hemmed up, locked up behind a lie from a child. I've seen it. But this ain't that.
Yeah.
This ain't that. This is a 7-year-old. Even if he wasn't autistic, this would be beyond heinous. We send our children to these institutions to be educated, to be taught. Most importantly, as I told my new principal, I said, you know what parents want most for their children when they send them to school? Safety, and to know they're coming home better than when they left. This young man, he may forever be ruined. He may see anyone who looks like this man and attribute that behavior. But I hate to say this, is that a bad thing?
Damn.
That's the sad part, that I have to say that. Is that a bad thing? Because this woman was so hell-bent on proving that her son was not who they said he was, that she had to put a camera in his hand. And the best you got was, oh, I'm so sorry this happened. Because they're in recovery mode. They're thinking of a couple of things. One, how can we distance ourselves from this individual?
Right.
How much financial damage is this going to place upon our district? Can we absorb it?
Right.
Also, they're trying to find out, who did she speak to about a camera? Who did she speak to about potential abuse? Because they're gone now. They're going to get fired too.
Yeah.
Finally, they're trying to find a way to sweep this under the rug. And as I said in my video, the problem with the Foundational Black American community when it comes to our trauma is that we're outraged for about 2 weeks, maybe a month. And then eventually, because they take it out of the news cycle and we don't see it anymore, we don't hear anymore, we assume it was resolved. But it's up to people like you and I, or independent Black media, to go back and research and say, what the hell happened? And report that to the people. So just be aware, family, that I will be reporting back on this story to find out what happened to my brother Samaj Lee in Kentucky when he was abused by someone who was licensed and cleared to not only educate him, but to protect him. And I'll land my plane there.
Wow, 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 brother. Well, I guess, you know, it's hurtful that brothers and sisters were in the comment section saying these things, these damaging things, and being distracted by things that don't even have anything to do with the well-being of the child. It's just erroneous nonsense.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's the internet. I want to move past that. I just want to say that bothered me. It was hard for me to get through watching this video.
Yeah.
And I hadn't even seen this version. This is my first time watching this version of it that had the mom's reaction in real time and in confronting the school. The version that I saw, I watched it with my wife.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to watch it. I couldn't get through it. You know, we got grandkids. You know, our youngest is 4. And she's communicating. She's talking.
Yeah.
But Nat, she's 4. So you always worry. And then we got a first grader as well. So it's like, God, man, it just hit so close to home for me.
Yeah.
That I'm like, wow. So I'm immediately was thinking, what would I do in a similar situation if something happened to my child, if someone was abusing my child and I found out? I mean, this woman handled it well. I mean, there'd have been some furniture moving around. I mean,
brother.
I would like to think I would have been able to keep it cool, but
well, I tell you, there's so many things what you just said, brother. I'm going to go backwards as far as what I would have done. Let me say this to you, and I'm going to say this, and I need to preface it with this. I'm an educator. I didn't grow up in a thug gangster lifestyle. I ain't from the hood. I'm not. I'm just not. And I would never act as if I am.
Congratulations.
Yeah, right. So I'm not a tough guy.
Right. I get you.
I'm not a tough guy, right?
Yeah.
But let it be known that, and I say this with all sincerity, if that were me, if that were one of my sons or my daughter, I would have made arrangements for myself. I would have put some things in place. And I would have been up at that school.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been loud about it, but I would have gotten to him.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have been a conversation. We don't have to talk about anything. There's nothing to talk about.
Nothing to talk about.
And I think that anyone who says other than that, I don't really care, because this is a child. And if you know anything about me, I have my views politically, racially, culturally. But when it comes to the children, I say leave the children alone. I don't care what color they are. I say that a lot. I don't care what color they are.
Absolutely.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because they don't have nothing to do with this.
Nothing to do with it.
They may learn something terrible and heinous later. But while they're children, leave them alone. Let them learn. Let them thrive. Let them flourish. But what this young man did was he did, as Brother Tariq always says, he picked a soft target. He knew that there would be very little consequence. So that's why he did it. Soft targets are the elderly, women, children. Would never have done that to a high schooler. Even a nonverbal high schooler, he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like to give a special shout out to the great Black Shark. He's the one who put this on my radar, because he knows I deal with educational content from a foundational Black American man educator's perspective. And he knew that this would be important to me. But I knew it would hit you too, brother, because I know you have children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
So I knew. Yeah.
Man, they say, they never give you more. The man never gives you more than you can bear. That'd have been, I don't know, man. I'm thinking maybe originally I was wondering if the father was in the life with the mom, how that worked. But then she said it in the video, and I was like, did I just hear that?
Yeah.
But then I thought, maybe, you know what? Maybe she didn't even tell him before she went up to the school. She may not have told him right away because
Or maybe he's out of state. I don't know.
You know, the guilt. You know, the guilt for one, because she said he instructed her that she needed to pull the son out of the school.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, I mean, there's been times when I was a younger guy, and I did grow up hood adjacent.
That's what I would say. I was hood adjacent. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
But then when I left home, I was so poor. That's when I got the hood. I went to the hood after I got away from my parents' house.
That's right.
I was too young to realize I was too broke to be anywhere else.
That's right.
I got a crash course in the hood.
Right.
For the next 10 years. But I'll tell you this, man. My wife, there are things she wouldn't tell me because she was worried about how I might react. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And this is one of those things, bro. I don't know, man. But
as I spoke on earlier, I said it's just a larger conversation too. When you start talking about the role of specifically Black fathers in education. I remember when I first started working, there were forms that did not have a space for the father's name. We had to push them to put a space for the father's name.
On what form?
On psychosocial assessment forms, social work forms, entrance forms into our school. It just said mother or parent. That's it. It didn't have a line for father because the assumption was that they weren't there.
Damn.
And we had a lot of fathers that were there. They may not have been in the home, but they were present. You know, the majority of I remember I started working at an all-male school in Newark. I was one of the founding staff members there. And the majority of my student population, their fathers were in the home, you know. But the fact that she said, he told me not to send him and to pull him out, but I sent him anyway.
Right.
That speaks to the lack of consideration that many men get when it comes to their children, specifically around their education. And that's why I always advocate for the creating, funding, and maintaining of our own institutions, not to be isolated, but to be protected. And whenever any other group says this, no one bats an eye. They don't say anything.
Nope.
There is an entire city in upstate New York where a specific group accessed all of the funds from the school board by becoming a part of the school board and ciphered all that money and put it into their schools. Asians, even in New York City, I go this route. In New York City, we have Chinatown. Of course, everyone knows every major city has a Chinatown. Well, we have a Chinatown. We have one of the largest Chinatowns in the country, you know, as far as population. Okay. And even though those schools are New York City Department of Education schools, the primary language in that school is Mandarin.
Wow.
It's not English. They have said, we're not going to start our own schools. You're going to acquiesce and give us what we want because we run the economy over here, sucker. The Jewish community, they have their own schools.
Same thing.
The Eastern Europeans over in Bensonhurst and Bay Ridge area, they have their own Russians and Czechs. Wow. They have their own school. No Koreans, they have their own school. No one bats an eye when they have their own schools, their own institutions, doctors' offices. But when we talk about it, we're being divisive. We're being isolated. We're being separate. We're being racist.
Yep.
That's an amazing thing. But then you see things like this, and because they're not in the news cycle long enough, not enough people are bombarded with the imagery to say, wait a second, we got to do something different because there are too many Black female, in particular, educators for us not to have our own school systems. It's ridiculous. It's unreal. And I'm going to land my plane on this point. Until we decide to do that, we can expect not only this to happen, but more heinous things to occur.
That's truth bombs, baby. I'm gonna leave it there, man. I'm not gonna condone more violence. That's all I've been. Basically, my comments came down to violence.
Yes, sir.
Let's just move that on. We should be able to form our words and like plot a plan. It's not just whip somebody's ass.
Yeah,
we got to do more than that. Let's get some cash.
Yeah, let's get some gas, baby.
Let's worry about just own that school. There you go, Dr. Umar. You want to get a school? Let's start suing these assholes that abuse our goddamn children. Let's do that. And let's sue them till we can, we'll take their money and we'll take their school along with it. Yeah. There we go.
There we go. I'm with that. I'm all for that. I'm with you on that one, brother. Yes, sir.
Look, I hope we got time for this other one, man. It's 8:00.
Oh,
you good?
We got time. We got time.
I don't think this is gonna be long, man. This is a feel good one, dog. This is feel good.
I like feel.
But it's a little controversial just because different points of view about how it should have been handled.
Yeah.
As this loads up, so a young man goes to his shit. You'll figure it out here. Let me get here. You get it on the screen here. It's short. There's a young man in the neighborhood who smells some barbecue cooking. He's cutest little kid, man. He goes to the house where he smells the good odors in the air, and he goes in and says, "Hey, can a brother get a plate?" Anyway,
get a plate, baby.
Black people have a lot of reactions to this, so I want to get your take on it, brother. Yeah.
Next up with Tim Black.
I ain't trying to be rude though, but you still grilling?
No, we done now.
Oh, y'all just finished today?
Yeah.
Y'all have some leftovers?
No, we ain't ate yet.
Oh, it's almost done.
What you need, man?
I'm trying to get some food. I saw y'all grill up. I was like, y'all grilling?
Do you live up the street?
Yeah.
Okay, well, next time we grill, I'll make sure to get something extra for you, okay?
Okay.
Chocolates, do you like, it's not grilling, but do you like Cheeto Puffs?
Yeah.
You like Cheetos? Okay, here you go, bud.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cause life is good.
So that was the first part of the video, and then this came out today. And people were saying, different things about him leaving with a bag of chips. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize they had music in this, but hopefully we'll be okay. Let's see.
Hey, Sire.
It's not barbecue, is it, Chocolate? No. Is it good, though? No.
Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna get off it because
I love stuff like that, brother. I do, man. I definitely do. It takes me back to my childhood. I remember we can go down. We saw the grill. We go in the backyard.
Yes.
We didn't even have to ask. It's like, go and get a plate, boy. Go and get a plate, boy. Like, okay.
Don't be bashful.
Yeah. That's all you want. You should don't come back and ask him a second. Well, let me get some more. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's our culture, though, man. We took care of each other, man. And that made me feel good to see it. I wish he'd have walked away more than a bag of chips. I ain't gonna lie.
First
about
time,
that.
right? Yeah, right.
First time. But guess what? He's gonna be family from now on.
I don't know. So the split screen they did with the boy on this side and the food on the other, I think somebody just put that picture in there. I don't know if that's the actual. I don't know if that's the actual, because I looked at it like the mother, that's her Ring camera. The mother that took that film, she uploaded it to the internet, knowing full well people were going to judge her for it.
Absolutely.
Why would she also we had all this food over here and we didn't give him none?
You know what? I think that the spirit of giving is lessened. Even though we supposed to have had more, we're supposed to have more, people give less, which is very interesting. Because remember we were growing up, people had less, but they gave more.
That's true.
Right? And I think that she was thinking like, well, shit, I gave him something, and I think some people, the bare minimum is enough. And I think that from our generation, he'd have left with a plate. We'd have gave him a plate,
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people may have had that conversation.
Right. I want to also say, first of all, I had the benefit of having the Tim Black Wolfpack talk to me about this last night, right?
Okay.
So all this ain't off the top of the head.
Okay.
Because people said, Tim, you know damn well your mom would not let you just eat at anybody's house. And I was like, damn, what am I talking about? Mom would have been like, who, what? Who
Where you
gave
get that from? Where you get it from?
and put that right in the trash in front of me. My wife would do the same thing. She'd be like, who is what? Take me, I'm gonna need to meet these people.
Well, there are a lot of assumptions, though. I assumed that he lived on the same block.
I think they do.
Right. Are they familiar with each other? I thought they were familiar with one another.
She asked his name. She didn't know his name.
Okay. But did her children know him?
I don't know.
See,
but the
I
second
don't
video,
know.
that's his mom is in the second video.
Okay.
And his siblings are there as well.
Okay.
So it looks like the entire family joined in and they all came over for a pizza party.
Okay. Okay.
That's
all
it.
right.
So now I think mom cool because his mom is there and so is this young lady. The young lady, she has the Instagram account. So now I'm like, oh, my people were right.
Yeah.
You know, maybe mom wouldn't have wanted it because she came there for this.
Yeah, she did. She came for the pizzas. You know, she knew where the pizza came from. You know, I do like the idea of him feeling comfortable enough, to go to a house of people that weren't shooting at him through a door.
Wow.
Call him out his name.
Wow.
You know, and engage him in a conversation at the least. You know, because we know how it can go bad depending on whose door you bang on in the afternoon, morning, and night. You know, so I was happy that he was felt comfortable. That's one thing. A lot of children they don't feel comfortable talking to people they don't know. You know, and I don't know where was that? Do you know?
I don't know, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. What part of the country is that? What city is that? I don't know, brother.
Yeah. Well, wherever it was, that was us. You can tell that was us in the video. That was definitely us. So yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah, it was a feel-good story for me as well, but it did take me back to thinking, you know, parents nowadays, like you can't trust people's food. You can't trust people not to put stuff in the food. You got to watch it. But, you know, and then you brought up, you're right, the safety of knocking on people's doors. That old man shot at, you know, the old white man shot through the door.
But you know what? It's in my neighborhood, I can honestly say, I guess because my mother didn't know. She knew people. She knew their names, you know. She knew what house they lived in. She didn't really know them. But it was nothing for me to say, come on in and eat. I'm like, I already ate. Where do you eat at? I ate at such a house. Well, what you eat? And I would tell her, she like, all right. And she just put stuff in the Tupperware. You gonna eat this tomorrow.
Word up.
That's what that was, you know.
Right.
So yeah. I remember those days.
Yeah, you're right. That's a vivid memory as well.
Yeah.
Eating at a friend's house.
Absolutely. I ate over such, so they had meatloaf.
That's a friend's house though.
I went over Steve's house. They had meatloaf and potatoes.
So you got to know who Steve is though.
She knows who Steve is.
Random people's house, be like, who was that?
But you know, I can say she may not have known Steve's mom though.
Oh, okay.
But she knew Steve.
Got you. Okay.
No, Steve had been to the house a couple of times. Right. So she knows Steve, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
Yeah. That's
well, look,
stuff.
Doc, man. Look, man. There you go, folks. Let us know what you think in the comment section about this one. It's nice to end it on a positive note, man. Yeah. There's so much drama.
Yeah.
Damn.
So much. Yeah, and I appreciate you, brothers. And family, I want to say once again, thank you for coming on out to, Beyond the Talking Points. Also, feel free to go to my channel, All Things Education Official, educational news from Foundational Black American Male Educators Perspective, where we give you news and views about education affecting our community. And I'd like to say thank you again to my brother, Tim Black, for affording me the opportunity to be on his channel and talk to the people.
Man, absolutely, brother. And we're very happy to have you, man. You make me look smart. You know, you all clean. That makes me look more presentable.
Oh my goodness!
Thank you, brother, for upgrading the channel for a moment. I appreciate you, brother. It's an honor to have you, brother. You always well intentioned and you down to earth, man, and you know yourself, and it's great to provide that resource to my people. So thank you, Doc.
All right.
for coming through, man. And that's it, y'all. Look, go find him beyond the Talking Points with Dr. Musa Abdullah, All Things Education Official. Don't just go anywhere. Go to the official joint, all right?
That's right.
That's it, man. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon now.
All right. Peace, brother.
Peace.